Hi, this is Champlet2 on the PlayStation Network. This video is one of a series of videos on my channel about the new Doomsday Heist. This is a review of the interiors of the facilities. Now we're not going to get into the designs in this one, there'll be another video for that. But you can see this large pad, you drive up on that, you can bring a vehicle in this way, it just lowers you down into the main room here in the facility. And if you look straight up there, that's where the pad came in, and that just opens up and it lowers you down. And next here we're going to take a look behind me. Over here is where the mechanic is. So there are specific vehicles that are available from Warstock that you can talk to that mechanic and he'll customize them for you. And then over here is the door to all of the, like the heist planning room and security and living quarters if you bought those. This particular start of this video is the bare bones setup in the facility. That's but the exit, by the way, the little yellow one there. There are no upgrades. I've purchased none of the rooms or anything. This is the absolute bare bones look. Later in the video I'll show you the additional rooms that you can purchase. Here you see, whenever you see there's a lot of doors in this place, if they have those little red lights above them, you can't open them. So don't waste your energy if it's got the little red lights above it. So here's the mechanic. I'm going to come over here and talk to him. And it says you can modify a few of the weaponized, well, any large weaponized vehicle, it appears, from Warstock. Now this is where you manage your vehicles. It's much like you would see in any other garage. There's several different spaces here. It's hard to count because they're all empty and they all look the same. I'm not sure if that's 14 or just 7. But you'll see when I step back here, I'm going to show you where that is exactly. It's just one level above this mechanic right there. So you can see that's where all the vehicles would be placed. And I'm assuming you can put any vehicle you want that you own in here. And to get there, we're going to come over here and walk up a level. So no elevator, just a lot of ramps. And I guess that means you're probably going to have to drive the vehicle down that ramp and to the pad to take it out, although the big concrete pad, it may just automatically transport you out as soon as you get in it. I haven't done that yet. So there's no other little doors or anything up here. These are where all the vehicles go. It's on this level. So I'm thinking it's 14, but I don't know until I put them in here. So this is the big main room when you come in, the entrance basically. And there are a couple of TV screens in here, but they don't do anything. And you might have noticed there behind me was the placement of our crew emblem. So here's the entrance to where all of the facilities are. See, there's another one with the red light. You can't go in there, but we can go in here. Now again, this is the stripped down model, so with the basic default colors and styles. This would be the security area that you'll see later in the video. But this is what you'll see if you don't buy the security room expansion. It'll look like this. Now both of these receptionists have the same capabilities. You can either ask them to bring you a Pegasus vehicle, or you can fill up your snacks, just like you can with your executive office assistant. So there's all these little catwalks out here. Now one of the upgrades you can buy is a lounge, and it comes with actually a default lounge that's free. You don't have to actually pay for that. There's another one of those doors with the red light on top. Can't go through those. Just sort of demonstrating that for you. Anyway, back to the lounge. You'll see it here ahead of me as I'm going down these little catwalks. There's a little place downstairs there where you can grab a soda and sit at a table. And then here is the lounge area. And among the options for this, you can change the design and you can add privacy glass to this little lounge area. But this is the default if you don't do any of the upgrades. And this here is just a standard computer like you have in every garage and apartment. Alrighty, there's the crew logo again. So if we keep walking down these little catwalks here, we'll come down to the end, and I believe there's a staircase to let me get back down to the bottom level. Now this part I haven't quite figured out yet. You see all these servers here, these computer servers. They looked a little different in the other version that I show where I've bought all the security and all of the upgrades and such. I'm not sure if that's because this is a different location than the other one, or if that has to do with upgrades. I haven't found that yet, but it's just a cosmetic thing. You'll notice later that these servers look different, and there's a bunch of guys walking around in white coats, white lab coats on the other one, but here I don't see anybody, and those servers look very different. None of these computers do anything. They're just there for looks. And here's a little place to drop by and get some health. And none of these machines work except for the soda machine. Can't drink the little green glass either. You gotta buy a soda. So now we'll go back upstairs in the door we came into this little series of catwalks and such, so we can see the rest of the main level. It's very Star Trek-y. You always hear people talking in the background, and these doors kind of swoosh. Now, if you had purchased the living quarters, it would be here on your left. I'm going to show you that again in a second. And the, what was that thing called? The orbital something or other. That would be right there if you purchase that. We're going to cover that later in the video. And back here, that plain wall, that's the entrance to your living quarters if you purchase that. Now if we keep coming around this corridor, you'll see this big door here, and there straight ahead, that one has the white light above it, so you can come in this door. This is your heist planning room. Now the first time you come in here, you're going to get this big video from Lester introducing you to a guy named Avon. I'm going to cover that in another video, but this will give you just a little peek of what's inside your heist planning room. And that's about it for the base model of the facility that has none of the upgrades. Next, I'm going to take you into the fully upgraded version of the facility. Now this is a different location. This is up in Paleto Bay, and this is a fully upgraded facility with all of the extra add-ons and the most expensive design options as well. So there we go, the big platform lowering down, and in we go. So this is with the 9th of the 9 color options, the most expensive color option. And there's the, now you see I have a security guy standing there, which I didn't have the first time around, before I bought the security upgrades. So you'll see this is all very different. Before you just had that door on the right and all of this was wide open, but now you have this metal detector and the little guy sitting over there at the scanner. And you can come around here, but he doesn't do anything. You can't play with his computers or talk to him or anything like that. Doesn't really look like he's scanning what's in the metal detector, but okay. Now, there's a little locker room here. And there's one more security guy here in this little room with a nice big minigun. I'm pretty sure that's a minigun. Just to double check, I looked at my weapon wheel to see if I had anything new, and I didn't, so pretty sure that's a minigun. So we'll head back out of here. So again, all of this was part of the security purchase. And we'll cover that in another video about all the upgrades you can buy. Then over here is again more part of the security updates. Now over here you have the weapon locker, so you can change your weapon loadout. And just to be doubly sure, I'm going to check here, and nope, I didn't get a new one, so yes, that must be a minigun. Nope, nothing new. Same stuff. Okay, and there's a couple of weapons here on the table. If you just walk by them, you pick them up, and I think it picks them up even if you already are fully loaded. I'm not really sure though, because it won't let me pick up the sticky bombs, but it did let me pick up the rest of them. So I'm just walking around the table and picking them up. And this computer lets you do a strike team. Now I think this is kind of something like calling mercenaries on somebody. It's pretty much the same thing. You can do different levels of it, you know, pistols or carbine rifles, or this one has carbine rifles and assault shotguns. So you can either be just a little bit annoying or a little bit more vicious and attack somebody with that, apparently. And here's your security cameras. There's a whole bunch of them. You can see there just by the number of monitors. There are a lot of different views here on the security cameras, but I'm just gonna skip over those and show you one of them there. Okay, so coming out of here, as we saw earlier in the stripped down model, here are the receptionists, and both of these characters do the same thing.
Let me know how I can help.
You can call for a Pegasus vehicle and they'll have it delivered to you, or you can fill up your snacks. And while I'm here, I need a few, so I think I'll do that. Okay, all done. And you keep seeing those little TV screens everywhere, but they don't do anything. Let me see. Yep, that's the same room I was just in for the security. And come over here and show you this receptionist does exactly the same thing as the other guy.
Remember, all leakers will be court-martialed for treason.
Not sure why you need two of them, but okay. So now we'll go back out here on the catwalk, and this is very similar to the stripped down version. Again, you're seeing a little more color because I purchased the most expensive color option and the most expensive wall design option as well. All of those little tables down there with computers, those computers are useless. They don't do anything. We're going to walk around here to the mid-level where the lounge is. Oh, actually first, before we go to the lounge, here's the living quarters. Now this is the premier design, which is the most expensive option for the living quarters. And once again, much like the hangars, there's no bathroom. So you're down here underground and there's no bathroom. That's really kind of not cool. They should have at least given us a bathroom. And again, just to demonstrate, when you see these doors that have the red lights on top, you can't open them, you can't go through them. They're just there for looks. You really can't. Alright, so over here is where the little lounge is, and as we showed in the earlier video, there's a stripped down base model that doesn't cost anything in terms of an upcharge. This is the Premier design, the most expensive one. And again, this is just your standard computer again, where you can go online. Now, I had really thought when I did this that I had purchased the privacy glass, but it sure doesn't look like I did. So I would think the privacy glass, based on the picture, would have been a lot darker. So maybe I didn't purchase that. But all it does is makes that glass dark. And continuing on with our tour here, there's a look back at the lounge. We'll go back out into the main corridor. The living quarters are there to the left. And as we come around here to the right, you will see there's the heist planning room straight ahead. But before we go there, this looks very similar to the stripped down model that I showed you earlier in this video, the stripped down facility with none of the upgrades. But these servers look very, very different. And in the stripped down model, we didn't have these technicians here in the lab coats. I believe that is part of the security update, because it says when you purchase it that in addition to security you get additional staff. So I believe this is part of the security update. I haven't confirmed that, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. And oddly enough, I actually used to work in telecom, and this does look somewhat similar to an actual network facility. And again, none of these computers do anything. They're just there for looks. And yep, those doors really don't open. I keep hoping maybe I'll find one, but they don't. Again, none of these snacks. Oh, you can sit down at this table here. And none of these snacks or drinks work except for the soda machine. And not sure what those TVs are for. They don't do anything either. We'll go back up one more time to the corridor. And go back down to the end. We came in back behind us there, and there's the sleeping quarters. So we'll go first over here. There's the heist room straight ahead. And just so happened that when I recorded it this time was when it showed me the whole big video with Lester introducing you to a man named Avon. I'm going to include that in another video, so please come back and check for that on my channel as well. And finally, the last thing here in the facility is this room, which is opposite from the heist planning room, and it's where you've got your orbital cannon. Now, I haven't tried this. I don't know exactly what it can be used for in terms of the new heist, but it does look like really it's just another way to attack other players. I'm not sure if it serves any other purpose than that yet, because I haven't actually tried it yet. So there you can see manual targeting for a whopping $500,000 and automatic targeting for $750,000. So again, not exactly sure how that's going to work into gameplay other than, you know, in free mode being able to attack other players that are in your session. So that's it for this end of the corridor. And you can see there again on the design on the walls, that's the most expensive design option. I will be covering that in an additional video as well. I want to cover all 9 color options and all 9 design options. So we'll just take a walk back. There's the crew emblem again on the floor. And there's that minigun in the security room that I picked up earlier. Looks like it would let me pick it up again. I don't know why. I thought my ammo was full for that weapon. Let me see if it'll let me pick it up again. Interesting. Okay. So we'll head back out past the metal detector. And now this is the door that goes back into the main entrance room where you come down on the big concrete pad. There's my little security guy. Really can't go in those doors. Okay. We're going to walk over here and talk to the mechanic again, just in case you didn't see this in the earlier part of the video in the strip down part of the facility. We'll take a look at it here. And it's all the same as, if you've already seen it, it's all the same as you saw there. It's just different colors because I purchased the different design. So it tells you can modify your large weaponized vehicles here, including the new Avenger and Thruster. And that's the vehicle management system again. And we'll head back over here to the exit. Thank you so much for watching. A like for the video and a subscription to my channel would be very greatly appreciated. And please do come back and see the other videos in this Doomsday Heist series, as well as all the other videos on my channel. Really appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful day in Los Santos, and we'll see you next time.